So, I haven't streamed in a while. I should put this by the microphone so that I can stare at the microphone, and I'm also looking in the camera. I think you guys can hear me. It might sound a little weird because I've got some filter on my microphone just to make it louder, so when I talk at a low volume, you can still hear me. I'm doing that so people can actually hear me when I play games and stuff. But I had this idea to just kind of get on and talk for a bit in the mornings because I've been having trouble getting myself to sleep at night. Just I have insomnia and stuff. So then I was thinking if I have something to do in the morning, that'll give me a reason to get up, and then hopefully I'll be able to switch my sleep schedule around to actually be up in the morning. But I don't know what I was really thinking about this, but I'm just gonna eat my breakfast and talk about stuff, and I don't really care if anybody sees it. So, but yeah. So I think the last thing that I did on here was the um, game jam, which that was kind of a weird situation because I really didn't do anything until the end, and then it ended up being kind of a dumb game. But I think it's kind of in the spirit of game jams is to just throw something together. And I know I put the face cam on, but I'm definitely not going to be pretty in these videos. I'll tell you that. Um, but yeah, we made the menu game because it was uh, I forget what the topic was, but it made it so that made sense to just make the menu itself a game, and then it only had like 30 seconds of content, and one person played it, so that was cool. But I mean, I felt bad for them that they played it. Um, yeah, it's been kind of a packed year of changes and stuff. So I just finished up my master's, and I'm gonna be starting on my PhD this fall. But the whole end stretch, which to be honest, like I didn't have that much time spent on my masters because I did a few of my classes in my undergrad. So I'm getting my masters a year out from graduating with my bachelor's. Um, but yeah, uh, the final stretch of that it wasn't super stressful, but just a lot of other stuff happened and kind of added up to make it to where I just didn't really feel like throwing on a stream or anything. Which I guess technically the previous stream was during that time, but um, yeah, this past summer I've just been working on my thesis. Actually, I got the hard copies the other day, so that's pretty cool. It feels a lot more official. But, um, yeah, I don't expect this to be completely coherent. I set an alarm for 7 o'clock. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I'm sure this looks beautiful on the camera. I can't really see myself when I bite into something, so I don't know how bad that looks. Um, Maybe it'll throw in a little bit of ASMR if I just have a better mic. um, yeah, I don't know. Got like tons of ideas of what I want to do. I have some music I want to record. I still want to work on the game. Just tons of stuff, and I don't know. I can't really get myself to just sit down and do it. And when I do sit down and do it, I guess I can't really answer that question because I haven't really sat down to do anything um, in a bit. But that doesn't mean I'm not doing stuff. I'm still playing guitar. I'm still hanging out with people. So stuff's happening. I'm just not like recording it. Which I mean that's fine. I don't really. I'm not looking to like profit off my um, the minute details of my life or anything. Not with this. I'm not really trying to get people to watch. If they do, that's fine. But um, more just trying to give myself something to do in the mornings so that I can wake up. Um, yeah. Trying to think of other stuff to talk about. Um, I'm playing a bunch of Fortnite. If if I had two computers and like a capture card or something, I think I would stream that. But as it is, I might still do it. But as it is, for whatever reason, the stream doesn't handle the game going at the same time. And the problem is also that um, if I have the game up, it covers the whole screen. So I need to. Uh, I can't see the chat unless I pulled it up on my phone or something, which I could do that. I could definitely do that. It just makes it a little weird because if I set up the other screen, it it's a big toll on the graphics card. Um, yeah, I guess I could probably do the phone dashboard to just make life a little bit easier. But my buddy Mitch started streaming. He's got a Twitch channel called Mitch Robs. It's like Mitch underscore Robs ROBBS. And so he started streaming. He's got his PlayStation, and then that's hooked up with a capture card. So he's got a pretty nice setup. But we were doing the arena trios the other day with him and my buddy Dustin. That was pretty fun. Um, I really like the whole concept of that with the competitive mode. I mean, I know that's not a new concept, and nothing in Fortnite is really new because they steal everything. But I like the concept that anyone can get to the point where they're earning money from it. It's just, are you good enough? Can you put in the time? And if you do that, then you can get to the top division and then play in the cash cups. And then it seems like people are earning a lot of money. I know a lot of people are playing in those and not earning anything, but this the fact that there's like what 40 teams every tournament from each region that get money. That's pretty crazy. And the top prizes are pretty good. I think the normal top prizes are like $5,000 for those tournaments. And well, actually, I don't know how big it is in the North American servers. I just watch a lot of people in Australia, but that's another part of the problem because with the insomnia, because I started out having God, there's a fly on my sandwich. I started out having insomnia, and then I exacerbated the problem by following Australians online, and now I watch the Australians. So when they start streaming and stuff, it's like 2 in the morning, um, and so I'm kind of solidifying the problem. But I haven't been watching the streams as much. What I've been doing is if they have like a long stream for one of the tournaments for Fortnite, then I'll wait and watch that the next day because I can cut out all the downtime, and it makes watching the stream a lot easier because I can still watch all the exciting parts, but not have to wait for them to get into a game or something. Which them getting into a game is actually significant in those tournaments because the queue times for them, because the region's smaller, can be like 5 minutes. Um, so I think that's funny that they have to like gamble on whether they can get into the next game in the amount of time that they have left. Whereas I imagine in North American servers, everybody's just playing all their games no matter what. Um, so it's kind of like a little different aspect just from being in a different part of the planet. Trying to think. Was trying to do some uh, more complex stuff on the guitar. I was trying to pick up a interval song, and I haven't given up on that. I just haven't gotten around to learning the next part. But I want to be able to do a little bit more of like the finger tapping stuff, so messing around with that. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to learn that. Trying to learn. So there's this weird phenomena. I have this Metallica song that I'm really I really like singing and I like playing it, but maybe I have the key different. Like maybe they have it down a couple steps, but in the car, I can hit the notes. And this probably sounds like I'm just um, telling fisherman's tales or whatever, but like I can hit the notes like perfectly and easily in the car. But when I try and play in my room or try and play along with the guitar while I'm playing, try and sing along with the guitar, then um, I like it sounds bad and I can it feels like I'm struggling to hit those notes. And I think the difference is that I am just yelling in the car and I'm too like self-conscious, or I guess I don't know that it's self-conscious. I'm in an apartment. I have people who live above me and next to me, so I don't want to be like screaming. Um, but I think that's the difference. I think just being louder makes it so I can hit the higher notes and hit them with that like raspy throat noise that I want. Um, so I'll have to. I mean, the easy thing to do would be to put the song on and then try and play the guitar with it and see if it's at the same key. Because if that's the case, then yeah, it's just the volume problem. Um, yeah, not much is going on other than that. I've been watching a bunch of different animes and stuff. I started watching Fairy Tail. I finished. So I'm a big One Punch Man fan, and because I was waiting for season 3 to come out, and or sorry, season 2, not season 3, season 2 to come out, which I I'm with One Punch Man. I'm to the point where I like read the manga and the web comic and stuff, so I know what happens, but it's still exciting to see it in the anime version. Um, but I was waiting for that to come out, so I watched Mob Psycho, which is the other um, anime that comes from One, the guy that makes or is the creator of One Punch Man. Um, I really like that, and then it kind of got me on a kick where I went and watched. I've just been watching anything that's like vaguely superhero oriented. So I watched My Hero Academia all the way through, completely caught up on that. Started watching Fairy Tail, and I'm like 70 episodes in, but if you know anything about that show, there's a lot of it. So I'm only like a fourth of the way through that. Um, and then with a friend of mine, I started watching Seven Deadly Sins, which is pretty similar to Fairy Tail. Um, I watched a while ago. I watched Death Note. That was awesome. Weird thing for me was like the reason it was so good was also the reason that I didn't like the second half of it, which I don't want to ruin anything for people, but um, yeah, I don't know. The whole like God complex idea, and how it's like fragile and stuff is a cool concept to me. But I don't know. That's one of the things I love about One Punch Man. They take all these like psychological tropes of different animes and just bring them out in the light and make fun of them, which it does it so pleasantly. Um, yeah, I'm excited to start up on my PhD and stuff. I think that's gonna be a cool experience. I'm trying to throw myself into it head first, just so I'm I have the momentum right at the beginning. Because one of the things that happens is if you get too like bored or lazy with the research, then you're not getting everything out of it. And I really want to have the best experience that I can, and to come out of this um, as someone who's like ready to take on bigger and better projects. It should be about 3 years. I think that's the plan. Um, but what I'm planning to do is really just kind of make a habit of actually reading research material and stuff in my downtime, um, and especially like in the lab. If I have downtime, I want to be spending it reading research material, um, just because I want to be an expert in as many things, or at least have knowledge in as many things as possible, so that if I get out into the world and I'm working on something that is, I say get out into the world, like this is what I want to be doing. I want to be doing research, so it's not like I'm doing fake research. I'm doing real research. It's just a different concept. Um, Having it as a job than having it as a accessory to school, which like my professor, his mindset is like this isn't a job. This is something because the thing is if you look at it as you getting paid to do something, you're gonna do your money's worth. But that's not a complete benefit to yourself. If you're getting paid to do something, um, so if you're the thing you're getting paid to do is to learn, then you need to not think about the money because you need to you can learn a lot more than that than like your money's worth, or just like putting in the 20 hours or whatever that I'm required to do or expected to do with what I'm getting paid, because money isn't the only thing I'm getting. I'm also getting experience, and I'm getting a lot of I'm being able to put my name out there, which is something that I wouldn't really get if I was working at an actual job. I'd be behind the scenes because I wouldn't be like one of the executives or whatever. Like with this, we put a conference paper out, so I'm getting to go out to a controls conference later this year, um, and then that's something where I get to be. I'm one of the two people associated with this work, and I get to actually go talk about it and network with people. So that whole concept to me, I'm trying to make sure I have it solidified in my head a little bit. God, I need to shave. I haven't been growing the beard out as much. Um, Kind of go through cycles because the curse of I don't know if it's my skin or just facial hair in general, but if I shave it too often, my skin gets irritated and I break out. And if I don't shave it often enough, my skin gets irritated and I break out. So I still don't know what the perfect ratio is, but I try to shave like every 3 days or something. Which I know the pace for everybody is different, so that's gonna be something where I just have to figure that out more and more. But um, oddly enough, little anecdote about myself: I haven't until earlier this year I had never used an actual like blade razor. I was just super stubborn about always just using the electric clippers, and the problem with that is the electric clippers aren't as sharp or maybe at the start they might be a little bit, they might be close to it, but um, when you use them over and over again, the actual clipping process doesn't make a clean cut on the hair. So if you looked at it under a microscope, you'd see all these little like rigid edges and spikes and stuff at the point of it. So then the problem is that you don't really feel that initially, but what happens is if your hair is curling around and touching your skin again, it's scratching up against it, and instead of doing like a smooth scratch against it, it's scratching a bunch of tiny little, it's scratching its tiny little sharp parts on your skin. So then that causes a lot of irritation, um, and so it means that you have to be on top of shaving so that it doesn't happen on your face. But it also means that if you shave like your chest or something, that um, if you go to hug somebody, then it's gonna like poke them and it hurts. So it's kind of interesting that that happens. But then using full on blade razor on your chest then can cause extra irritation if you don't do it the right way. So there's a lot of problems with that. This is a peanut butter banana sandwich, by the way. I don't know if anybody figured that out, but I love these things. I have one like every day. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess other than two pieces of bread, which I don't have a problem with bread, but some people do. It's pretty healthy in general because it's peanut butter and banana. That's it. So it's high in proteins, got some sugar, but it's natural sugar. Now I don't get the sugar added peanut butter because that stuff's like makes me nauseous. But yeah, I've been trying to. I've never been like super nut about health and stuff. Like I've just kind of tried to passively be healthy because I feel like that's a lot less stressful and it still works. It's just a longer process to actually get to the goal or whatever if you have goals. Um, but I've been trying to go to the gym every day just because we have the gym on campus for UCF, and so I'll park next to the gym and then walk into work. And when I leave work, I can see the gym, and a lot of times I'll wear my gym clothes into the lab and stuff because I mean it's behind closed doors and stuff. They don't care as long as I'm covered. Um, so then when I'm leaving for the day, I'll be able to see the actual gym, and I'll just uh, that kind of gets me in the right mindset to go there. It guilts me into it. Well, I think I've seen results. Try not to focus too much on like numbers or anything, because probably for the past like 4 or 5 years, I've been fluctuating around the same weight, like 165 or something, and I've gone down and I've gone up, but those don't correlate with me being out of shape and me being in shape. Like I've gone down. No, I'd say I've gone up both from gaining weight just from not working out and also from gaining weight from working out. So it's kind of like 165 is the epicenter, and then I just fluctuate around there. Um, but yeah, I have no desire like as long as I'm getting more in shape. I don't care if I lose weight or if I gain weight. I just I want to be in shape in general. So that's really the goal. I don't really care about the numbers, and I don't really care about like the numbers in terms of like how much weight I can lift or those kind of things. It's cool to see what your max is on bench or those kind of things, but at the same time, I don't have goals for that. I just will do it every once in a while. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to do. I do a lot of cardio, and then I'm trying to just do a variety of different workouts and stuff. There's a lot of things that a lot of people do that I don't like. Like I hate deadlifts, and I don't really do squats or anything. I don't like the unnecessary back compression. And like, don't get me wrong, back workouts are pretty important, and I have my own ways of doing that that aren't as like power oriented. I've no desire to have a powerful back. I'd rather have a endurance reliable back, I guess. Yeah. I'm definitely enjoying it makes me feel a lot better. Not that I was feeling bad or anything, but just getting myself to the gym and to be active once a day, every weekday or whatever. Um, just in general, I feel great. So I'm definitely gonna try and keep that up. But it gets a lot harder in the bigger semesters because I'll have two classes and a seminar to go to, and then I'll also be doing research and writing papers and all that shenanigans. So it's gonna be difficult to keep up the pattern of going every day, but at the same time, I've kind of started the pattern when I don't have all the stressful stuff, so I'm hoping that I can keep it up instead of trying to start it at the same time as all this stuff going on. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything on my mind right now. Like I said, this isn't. I have no goals for this. It's more I just want to have something to do in the morning. So if it lasts 20 minutes, that's cool. If it lasts 2 hours, that's cool. I don't really care. I just want to do it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to do it every day. There's definitely stuff I have to do in the morning. So if that's the case, then I'm going to do that instead. And I'm not going to try and schedule myself around streaming in the morning. Just trying to see if it'll happen passively. So that's the plan. You can keep an eye out if you really care about watching this. All, the notification should go out when I start streaming, so that's something that you can look forward to. But other than that, thanks for watching and goodbye.